Every week, my buddies and I get together and we play pickup lacrosse here at this sports dome with an artificial turf field. It's a very busy facility, a lot of action. It's very well used. I believe it's 10 years old.
I'm gonna come up with a solution for the guys so that they can maintain this field a lot better than it has been. Who's gonna call for a road trip? What a fun run. Time to go grab a shower and catch a plane.
Well, we made it. Here in Savannah, Georgia. Savannah. Welcome to Savannah. Just here to, down here today with a bunch of other industry professionals, sales guys from across North America. What we're doing is we're taking a look at Wiedenmann synthetic turf lineup. Do a little bit of in-class this morning, learn the ins and outs of the product, take it out to a synthetic field, put it into action.
All right, here at home in the Savannah Bananas. The first unit Jeremy had us take a look at was called the Terra Rig, and he explained how to set it up.
This is a rake and a cleaner. Go with your seams, and the faster you go, the better job it does. And the dust will really compact and turn into clay on that crumb rubber. And they needed something to get in there a little bit deeper, so they used a rake to really reach in there more often than the rest of the areas and work it up and then clean it. Tension relief kit. So you guys saw yesterday, no spring pressure almost, so it's got its full weight. You set this down on 0. But when you go to artificial turf, I'm going to put it all the way up to the top. What that's going to do is it's not going to allow them to float as aggressively as it would. This is spring, it's a tension release system that comes from Germany that we put on it for our, so now as I'm going, it's just not going to be as aggressive as it would on natural turf. Work it up and then clean it.
The next unit we looked at is the Terra Clean 100, which is a ground-driven unit.
This is just, you squeeze the lever, you lower it down to where it just is tickling the turf. That's
Tell me, you guys, you want to like about it more than anything else? My
chunks or something.
and I've talked to all the manufacturers.
And the final unit we took a look at was the Terra Clean 160 CM.
So it's a 3-stage cleaning system for the infill, which goes then back to the field. But this is the only machine in the market which can do it.
Human hair, skin follicles, it catches the fine materials that would go through and back down into the field if you didn't use something like this. The brush is driven by the motor, throws everything up onto the screen. You have the same adjustability in that back screen there as how soon do you put that material onto your screens. One of the main differences is you'll see 2 sieves or 2 shaker screens. You'll see these little black knobs. There's 4 of them on here and these 2 levers on the end that you flip. With it comes a 5mm screen, and then the 8mm one is on there. So some guys have different size, you know, there's cork, there's coconut, there's so many different types of infill. You can really customize it. It comes standard with the other screen if you have a real fine particle and you feel the 8mm hole is too big. This machine though, with the engine drive, is designed to go up to 3/4 of an inch down into the turf and canopy. It's going to work up a lot of that compaction that's hurt. All the air has worked itself out of the crumb rubber, the pockets. It's gone by that point. You start to get compaction issues in your field. You'll be able to feel it when we do it in your feet, just walking where I haven't gone and where I have, just how much it's going to bring it up.
How thick is the crumb rubber in the sound?
How thick is it? It's based on field, contractor. They have what they call pile heights. So you can get a 1.5 inch pile or you can get a 2.5 inch pile, and how much crumb rubber that takes to fill, it varies by field. How much use the field gets can change.
I heard 9 pounds. They usually have 9 pounds per square foot of crumb rubber. So it's a lot of crumb rubber.
Say that again.
9 pounds per square foot.
Exactly.
Probably
For
1.5
original
inches.
install, when it's brand new and in, that's what they shoot for.
Okay, so now that I'm back in here editing, putting this together, I want to preempt this, what he's about to say. The field manager's talking about the difference between the clean look and the dirty look, his preference, and how he manages it.
Dirty look. That's the dirty look. See the black rubber after we clean that white spot? If you look at the oil, looks right. We call that the dirty look.
So you walk on a field, you know this is going to be pretty much smooth enough.
Well, not necessarily, because here's the thing. When some guys don't like the dirty look on game day,
I'm one of those guys that I don't like that look. It just drives me. I just don't. I think aesthetically it just doesn't look right. And so I'll come out here. I'll send them out here, and if it's like that, I'll send them out here an hour before the game and go rug to rug. And I put. I've got a mule, and I get a trash can. And I fill it about 3/4, half a can of softener. I bought Downy, I bought Snuggle, I bought the cheap stuff at the dollar store, and would use it right now because I got so much pollen, and it would just clean. And the reason they showed me that was one of the last things that AstroTurf did before they turned the field over to me is when they're putting the crumb rubber in and they're putting the big industrial roller sweeper on it to work it in. There's a lot of dust on the field, and so that also picks up the dust off the field as well.
I want to recap what the field manager just talked about. This clean look, dirty look. The dirty look occurs as a result of the cleaning process. So as the groomer runs across the field, your cleaning unit, and it pulls up the material to run it through and sieve it all out, a little bit of static electricity is generated. So what happens is when the crumb rubber comes, it sits on the top of the pile, high up in the canopy. So to combat this, what he does is he uses a garbage can that he fills 3/4 of the way full of fabric softener, whatever brand he can get his hands on. He takes a spare piece of carpet that he's got and saturates it in. He then tows that spare piece of carpet with a utility vehicle upside down. So it's rug to rug, as he put it. So your field, saturated piece, and you drag it across rug to rug. So the fabric softener relieves the static tension, the static electricity, and allows that material to flow back down in. So it gives you a clean surface and a fresh scented surface. So the clean look. And that's his preference.
and he has 3 of these now, and he goes around, and when it comes time to dump the hoppers, he's got one guy he pays to sit there with a shaking screen, one of those hand ones, and he sits and he makes them sift through all the garbage. He pays the one guy to do that. I said, what is that all about? He walks in and goes, give me today's find so far. They'd only done half the field. He put 3 earrings in his hand. They're all diamond earrings. And I said, those aren't real. He goes, you don't know where you are. And he took this little thing that looks like a pen out of his pocket. Ding, first one was real, second one was real, the third one was a fake. He goes, oh, one of those girls was getting away with it. And he threw it in the garbage. He goes, I'm gonna sell these on eBay, and I usually double my money on whatever I get on a field.
What a great day. Out checking out that Wiedenmann equipment on the synthetic turf field. Learned a lot. Really believe this is the premier product in the marketplace. From what I saw today, and the finish and some of the other results I've seen of other competitive brands, no doubt in my mind. Quality of the build, the guys involved, the simple facility, it's the right stuff. Well, that was a quick round trip down to Savannah, Georgia and back. Really wish I could have stayed a little bit longer, however, time just didn't permit. The Wiedenmann team, they gave us a great look at the Terra Rake, the Terra Clean 100, and the Terra Clean 160 CM. Well, that's about all we got for this episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe down below. And while you're there, if you have any ideas for future episodes, please be sure to post a comment. Look forward to seeing you next time on The Grounds Game.